All right, folks, next up on the block here, we have a fun piece, one of the most iconic images from the Star Wars line. This is Darth Vader in the Bespin Duel, as he, spoiler alert, fights young Luke Skywalker. And you know what happens next. So we're going to get a couple of pictures of this for the catalog. I'll put the size marker in here just so we understand the size. It's Star Wars size, about 3 3/4 inch, about 1/18 scale. You know that, but just in case, in the interest of full disclosure, we always throw that in there. We'll throw it on the back here to see what the back looks like. Again, nothing too spectacular. These are from the Saga cards, the blue Saga cards, and you'll notice it does have the KB Toys sticker still on it. I love that kind of provenance, so we always leave that on there. Not always, but usually we leave that on there. It's a little bit more modern, we tend not to, but especially for stores that are long gone, like KB sadly is. I'll point out here a little ding in the bubble, and a little bit of a crush to that part of the bubble. Did I feel that? Yep. There's a crack in there. There is a split. Be aware of that. It does not seem to affect any of what's inside, so you get all that cool stuff, including the piece of the Bespin Cloud City stage here. You see him right there. He's got that little parapet, the platform. And there you go. All around, pretty good looking figure. This is from The Empire Strikes Back, Darth Vader Duel. Next up, we have for you the Death Star Procession. This is from Return of the Jedi, if I'm not mistaken. This is one of those blink and you'll miss it characters. I'll throw in a size marker just so you can see it here as we take a couple of photos for the catalog. Get it to focus, and there we go. And this is him all decked out in his robes, etc. Or her, or whatever genders they use on whatever species that may be. I honestly don't know. That's for you to decide. It's going to be one of your figures out there, whoever winning bidder on this. We'll flip it over here, so you can see the back of it as well. Nothing too exciting here. No surprises. This is exactly what you'd expect of the blue carded Saga figures. Let's get one or two more photos real quick, and then I'll show you a close-up. It's the nice thing about the video is we can really drill down here. So you see a little bit of a bend on the card. Where else? A little bit of a ding in the bubble there, but overall pretty good. A little one right there at the top corner. And some kind of original price sticker. I don't know where that was from. I always love it when it's an old Toys R Us, KB, Kohl's, even Kmart. But this one I just don't know. So there you have it. The Imperial Dignitary, Janus Grijatus, if I'm pronouncing that at all correctly. Probably not. From Return of the Jedi. Next up here we have from, again, the iconic Bespin Duel. This is Luke Skywalker. We're not going to spoil it for you as to what we find out in that scene. Haven't watched that movie in the past 40 years or so, then you probably want to get on that. It's not that big of a spoiler, but here it is. Obviously, he has his hand with him, and there were two versions of this. One was a flesh-colored hand. The other was a silver peg in there. This is the silver or metallic peg colored one. I'll show you the front here. We'll throw in the size marker just so that you're aware as we take some photos. Those photos go in here. Brighten it up just a little bit nicer. Oh, that's pretty. And then we'll flip it over on the other side before I take you through a deep dive of exactly what you're looking at here. All right, so now you see it. I will point out, I'm going to get as best of a color on this as we can. There we go. I think that's probably your best look. You can see this window has yellowed quite a bit. Near as we can tell, it hasn't affected the figure inside. Sometimes it's tough to tell because the light shining through is affected by the yellowing, but he looks great. Luke looks great. The card has seen better days, and it appears to be on the front, so I imagine this was stored incorrectly near a heat source or something like that, is what tends to do it. But it's still fairly supple. I don't feel any cracks. It still moves. It still bends okay as far as I'm willing to bend it. There is a dent right there, which probably will pop out. The card is still tight on there. What happens sometimes is the glue will dry up and flake off, but that hasn't happened, at least not yet. If ever one of you ends up taking this home, as long as you treat it nice, it'll treat you nice. And I've heard pretty good treatments for getting rid of that yellowing. Well, obviously, we're not going to do that to you. We like to present it in its original form as much as we can. A little bit of bend on that corner, but otherwise the card looks great for those of you willing to go through that process. But if you're looking for just something to complete out your set of figures from the blue-carded ESB Saga series, then this is a great one for you. The Empire Strikes Back, Luke Skywalker, Bespin Duel with the silver tab. And on the block now we have Chewbacca. This is the Mynock Hunt version from The Empire Strikes Back. You'll recall this scene where they, spoiler alert, find out that that's not a cave. That is, in fact, not a cave. And they go to get rid of these kind of like barnacles, kind of like space barnacles. These are leech creatures, Mynocks that wipe off outside of the Millennium Falcon, or they find their surprise. I'll flip them over here, keep the size marker in there so you get a feel for exactly the size of it. That's about 1/18 scale, about 3 3/4 inch. No surprises there, but we like to give you full disclosure on everything that we do here. Big Toy Auction. So I'll show you everything up close. This is from the Blue Card Saga series. And you can see a little bit of a, oh no, I thought that was a dent. No, it's just the way the card is. Bubble actually looks pretty good. Do you hear any waviness? No, it's a pretty straight card. Not a bad specimen at all. Would I send it in to get graded? No, I probably wouldn't, but I'm not a grading guy. Maybe you are, and maybe it would grade well. I don't know, but you're seeing it about as great as it's going to get. We like to do this because you can't really see all the peculiarities of a particular figure in just those couple of photos that we provide in the catalog at TheBigToyAuction.com. So this is a great way for us to show you all the way around. And this is really a pretty fantastic figure. Why don't you head on over and check it out? Again, this is The Empire Strikes Back, Chewbacca, Mynock Hunt.